I have a feeling that's why it wasn't latched. There. Do a little bit more pushing of the latch. Looking for a
Oh,
brand.
yeah, I think I had these open. Oh, because I was trying to clean something off of them and realized that, no, the water was just gonna freeze on the windows. I didn't, you know.
Okay, so we had a wall that was over the top of that beam. And that's out. We've got like an LVL or something up here.
Yes, sir.
Too bad they didn't inset that because they could have had a flat.
It would-
Why did they hold the cabinets down from the ceiling like that?
I know.
Wanted to catch dust, I guess. Oh well.
Like, you know, so then I'm like, but so the outside.
You could probably still retrofit that with a
We're ready. It's for-
cherry valance.
Well, but it's so cold out. You
Yep,
can't
give
walk
that
the outside.
appearance of going all the way up.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Well, otherwise you just got this sort of funny
Right.
area there.
Right.
If these are Dura Supremes, the nearest dealer is going to be domiciled on Nesbitt Road. They're very nice folks, even if they weren't Dura Supremes. You could carry a door in and they go, yeah, we can match that. Okay. And the plaster predates the 2003, 2004 remodeling, so they just patched the crack there and old electrical up there.
Good girls.
To see if anything's moving that's not. Pretty typical.
Oh, this is where I think that door goes. See, because of this.
Okay.
I think that that door that's in that little room may have originally
Right there.
been here.
Yeah, because you wouldn't want the guests to look into your kitchen.
Uh-huh.
What were you saying, John? You said pretty typical.
Italianate.
Okay.
The columns on the front porch are Italianate. The house is pretty much vernacular. And I wonder if they, maybe if you found really, really, really old photos like antebellum, you may have had a little tiny canopy over the front door. This porch may be an 1870s sort of addition.
Yeah, my understanding is that possibly the porch was an addition, that it wasn't original to the house. Certainly the screening wasn't.
Yeah.
Yeah, so.
And the house apparently has shutters because there's
They're
inside
in the
wood.
garage.
Oh, they're in the garage?
Yeah,
Oh, you
yeah.
have the original shutters?
Yeah, that were on the outsides of the
Oh,
windows.
wow.
Yeah. And please keep those if you don't
There,
mind.
it's all out there. They're all tucked out there. What are you doing?
There would have been moldings at the ceiling in most rooms, typical for the period. The base cap is really small, but it looks like it's original. Because usually you had much taller base cap, and sometimes the base caps are like this.
John, when you think about what would be a correct style crown molding in here, what do you sort of envision?
I can send you a piece, or you can come to my house and look at it.
Yes, sir.
The one that I use most of the time, I took out of, I restored the La Follette Mansion about 15 years ago in Maple Bluff. And I had to make a lot, they had just devastated the house. So I took down some of the original moldings and we cut knives so we could shape the new ones. And what you'll see in my house is you see the molding, which is very complicated, about this tall, then the small gap, and then the picture hook. Because that way, you know, my wife is Martha Stewart's half-sister, so my house is a little Martha Stewart-y. We got lots of little.
Well, you know, it's interesting to hear you say that because when my mom bought the place, I was like, it felt weird that there wasn't also molding up at the ceiling, given, you know, this. And I thought, well, okay, well, I don't know, maybe they just, you know.
Well, this was 2 rooms, we know.
Well, yeah, because
Yeah, and
right
so
here.
this got, who knows what happened.
What they did,
But it adds something to Italianate to have that, because we do have lots of nice heavy moldings. And it's a nice door. I saw this online and was going, is this locked or?
Nope. You just have to really, you really gotta
I'm
turn
gonna
it.
let you do it, because
You gotta turn it way to the side, because here's,
Yeah, you
You
got
know.
the little extra lock.
That's,
Yeah.
and there's one of those on the French doors in the back there.
Okay, and this, okay, and do you have the key for it or not?
No,
No, okay.
do not.
Yeah, Baldwin will restore these, or at least they used to. They restored one for me. Mine's upside down. It's been wrong. It's been upside down for 130 years. So yeah, I've got a left-hand door and I've got a right-hand lock on it. These are wonderful things. I have some hardware in my house I've seen no place else in the United States.
Huh.
It's a little porcelain knob that you turn, and porcelain knob, as you turn the knob, it lifts a little dog that catches a little catch.
Oh, is that
I've
cool?
never seen them at any
Wow.
other place. And these would have all had surface mount latches on. Carpenter lock would have been typical at this period. The rim lock had not been invented yet. Rim lock was patented in 1868.
Rim lock is what, this
The
contemporary
sort-
kind
no,
of?
No,
with the-
no, these
the
are much,
strike
these are
plate?
later, those are the
Oh,
more.
okay.
The rim lock is the one you see in most Victorian houses. They're about this tall, like this. They're usually black, and they have the doorknob spindle go through them.
Ah, okay.
Yeah. But locks are all surface mounted back then. Great door.
Aren't these panels gorgeous?
Yeah. I took the panels off my front door, but I kept them.
Yeah.
But they're basically, they're the same panels, but I've got to rebuild my front door. It's like, my fireplace draws great because of the front door.
John, do you suspect that that front door might be original?
Oh,
to
yeah,
the
no,
house?
it's
Yeah, it
original.
is, okay.
Yeah, now that's pretty typical. That's a very typical decoration for that period. But my house is really pre-Italianate, because part of my house is earlier than this house. And I've got exposed wood. Mine's sort of a rustic cabin compared to this. You could get a storm for the transom maid. That'd be nice. The hinges are not original. That's relatively ugly,
Yeah.
as is that, but if you go to Regio registers, you can get aluminum or wood. You maybe want to put an aluminum one in there and you just paint it into, you caulk it, paint it into the woodwork and it disappears. Because that's just a return. But Regio makes all kinds of wood. They make the old-fashioned cast iron, they make brass. It's sort of nice. You know, that's probably cast up there, the old pastor.
It's kind of stuck in here now,
Yeah.
but at one point, you could take it off.
Coming here, and we said NM coming there, so those are non-groundable, which is okay, because they don't have to be grounded. But as long as they've got, so you can't plug something with a machine ground in there, right?
Exactly.
So that's fine, it's old, but it's okay. A real good electrician could probably use the NM to pull modern cable in, because the NM is just slightly bigger than some modern cable.
Okay.
But this was a two-wire, they did make three-wire NM later.
And again, don't attempt, are you saying don't attempt to run a ground, like don't ground to the box or something to try to
No,
add?
You can't.
Okay,
No,
that's,
there's no
okay,
continuity
understood.
on the box.
Okay,
So
understood.
you actually, if you really, if you want, if the Wurlitzer is going there and you need machine ground, then they could probably pull wire down through here into the basement,
Okay.
all right? Or you can try it. and then
He's,
you can come to the-
no, and then come fix it, right? Right.
Okay,
Yep.
so we've got a bit of a heave in here, not sure why. The floor obviously popped up and then was screwed down. We've got the little room under there, we've got that wall pretty much right here. We've got that bit of ceiling just gonna tear out here, so maybe we'll figure that out at a later date. Yeah, this room really needs trim, severely needs trim.
Catherine, where, in your inspection report, you noted the flashing, around the chimney, and then you mentioned that you had some plaster work done. Was that in here or was it upstairs? Okay, sounds good, thank you.
Nice job in the fireplace.
Yeah, so here, I don't know if you can see it, if you look right through there,
Oh, there's the clean out, yeah.
this is the little
Sure.
thing that tips down.
Oh, your
Right.
ash, yeah, your
That's
little
where
ash
you-
thing. Mhm. Right.
Okay.
Perfect.
Which I didn't discover until, I don't know, my mom had had this house for a while, and I was trying to clean out.
Box, it looks like, and it's been overheated, which is why it's warped it back.
I'm good at, well, I'll tell you a funny story about fireplaces. Maybe when he's done.
Too early for squirrels.
Yeah, it's a squirrel
A
figures
little bit,
prominently
a
in this
little bit on the
story.
dirty side. Has a little bit of a tendency to smoke. This was nicely done. It almost made me salvage stone. It's almost too nicely done. Unless this fireplace is from the 1930s. But I think it's newer than that, but whoever did this did a pretty good job. This is all pretty decent. And we looked at the header under here, and that's okay, it wasn't cracked tile. Sometimes these come loose, but glue them back down.
Yeah, Thanksgiving dinner, I had brought a boyfriend to my friend's house.
Oh, here's another one.
Thanksgiving dinner, and we were gonna have a fire, and he opened the flue, and he was sort of like, you know, kind of stuck, and he was looking in there, and he reached up and grabbed something, and a dead squirrel fell down on him, all his nice, you know, his tie and the whole thing, and so my mother was like, whoa, whoa, whoa.
Love to get your
And so
input, too,
my
on
friend ate Thanksgiving dinner
more
at my
appropriate
parents'
storm
house,
doors.
where my dad-
Or
Get one custom made.
yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Okay, so just
There's a lot of places you should be able to order them, and you should be able to order it in wood, and, you know, decay resistant, good quality wood.
okay.
Yeah.
If not, if you email me, I'll give you names of some shops in
Yes,
town
sir.
that may be able to do it.
So this is the one
Sounds
that
good,
has
sir.
the crazy little lock on it here.
Yeah, that's a nice old lock.
Yeah. So again, I think my mom had this storm door on the outside put in because this, of course, was like, it was like a blow dryer.
Yes.
Yeah, like-
Cold air is coming in.
Yeah. And no security.
Yes.
Like how you
Also
gonna
cases
how you
in
get your house?
here.
Like
Yeah.
you can't lock
And
that.
these are,
Yeah.
these predate, because they're just single pane glass.
Yes, sir.
So these are like 50s,
Okay.
maybe 60s. Maybe that's
That
when,
window, so you're thinking that maybe went in the 50s?
yeah,
Huh.
yeah, because that's an old crank type, non-insulated. After about 65, 68, you don't see many of these.
Okay.
And maybe when the fireplace is down, so somebody may have done a bunch of remodeling in here.
At one point, earlier than when
Right,
it was
before
refurbished,
2000s,
before my
right,
mom
yeah.
got it. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's such a mishmash, it's hard to tell.
Why did they do that in copper and hide it in back?
I know, like that's the dumb, I'm sorry, I shouldn't say this about my house, but I'm like, really? What? Or put a cabinet sink in there? We're like, why do you want, I don't wanna see all the guts of like the plumbing, why? Why do that?
The hair color doesn't match you, so I'm sort of.
That's my dog, I was mopping.
The dog is the one who
Yeah.
uses the shower.
She is, yeah,
Yeah. Mine insists on the towel. He likes
Yeah.
the soap.
yeah, yeah.
Turn on the jets.
I will tell you this though, this is 14-year-old girls over here. The Fanoffs who live right through here, Michelle and Dave, they've got 3 daughters. Ashlyn, I think, is 16,
Good
Madeline
in there.
might be 14, and Elena, the youngest is, I don't know how old she is, but, yeah, so,
Very cool. Yes, exactly.
All right,
she got girls.
Yeah.
second floor then.